Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to another edition of Rich Rebel Football. I am here in the booth in beautiful Colville, Utah, at newly named Washakie Field. This is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. Thank you for joining us on mylocalradio.com or on 98.3 The Wildlife or KADQ. We're welcoming the Rich Rebels to Colville today as the first round of the state playoffs will be coming up. Your Rich Rebels, having played North Summit earlier in the year, being downed by them 34-12. Each of these teams looking to make a little bit of a run here in the state playoffs. Both have hopes of advancing. The winner most likely will be taking on Kanab as part of the second round of the 1A state playoffs here in the great state of Utah. Ladies and gentlemen of all ages, welcome to the first round of the 1A Utah State Playoffs. Two region opponents that met only 2 weeks ago will meet again as foes on the gridiron. The winner advances to the next level, most likely to take on Kanab in the second round of the playoff. The loser stays home and watches from afar as a state championship winning football team will be crowned in the coming weeks. We welcome you again to Washakie Field in Colville, Utah. Your Rich Rebels taking on the North Summit Braves in what should be a very run-heavy game from start to finish, even though the weather is absolutely beautiful currently at the moment. Right now, we look forward to seeing a heavy run game, both from the triple option from the Braves as well as the RPO that we often see from the Rich Rebels. The visiting Rich Rebels were able to make a close game last time with the Braves, incredibly close in the first half as they were tied going into halftime 2 weeks ago in Randolph. And then in the fourth quarter, things kind of went off the rails, began to fall off due to the incredible rushing duo of North Summit led by Mosier and Hobson. We'll be looking for those two tonight. They are incredible in terms of rushing the football, and they ran for days on Rich last time that these two teams met. Tonight, each of these teams will stretch themselves out to come out victorious. The Rebels hungry for another win and confident in their matchup today against the Braves. They hope to be able to string together 4 quarters that they can really stick it and put together their best football. The Braves, a 2-score favorite at home today, look to repeat success that was found only 2 weeks ago. Let's go ahead. We'll take our first break here as this is part of our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston has been serving Rich County residents for generations. We're going to go ahead and hear from them. And when we get back for the scene set, we'll cover the game tonight as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show where the Rich Rebels will be taking on the North Summit Braves here in Colville. Our scene set today is brought to you by J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation projects. Call J-Bar Excavation at 435-793-5855. Dipping into our scene set now, we're looking forward to a matchup between these two teams. The North Summit Braves at home today. We'll go ahead and cover them first. 4-5 on the season. The Braves come into this game ranked 7th out of the 11 in-state at the 1A level for the state playoffs. Newly named a legendary coach who has come back to North Summit, coached at Rich as well, has taken back the reins. That's Coach Jerry Holmes. Coach Holmes coming back his first year as head coach in over 10 years. A little bit of a hiatus as he has been the superintendent here in the North Summit School District. This team led by new quarterback as of recently, Jake Smith. However, I did see Crimson Crittenden, the senior former quarterback earlier in the year, has been has dressed up tonight. We might see him. We might see Jake. We don't know. Otherwise, Jake Smith, the freshman, in place of Crimson Crittenden, the core offensive production for this team comes from both the quarterback position as well as the running back duo in this triple option offense. Both Hobson and Mosier have helped the Braves offense reach about 1,400 yards on the ground this season. In the last game, against Rich, they combined for over 220 yards on the ground and over 5.1 yards a carry. We will see what the North Braves will do coming out today. We imagine in the triple option offense, they're going to run the ball. They're coming off a loss to Duchesne as of recently. Moving over and making way for your Rich High Rebels tonight. Your Rich High Rebels led by Coach Justin Grohl. The Rebels come into this matchup hungry and confident in their second chance against North Summit, as they were able to outgain North Summit in the first meeting in the first half, as well as stringing together two 65-yard-plus offensive drives, and then one that was a little bit closer as they were able to recover a fumble on the kickoff in the first half. This leaves an impression and knowledge that the Rebels can drive the length of the field on offense against the Braves' defense. After coming off their first win on the season in a 42-6 blowout over Monticello, the Rebels have new instilled confidence. I've been able to see it. Coaches have been able to see it. You might have been able to feel it in the streets of Randolph. The Rebels have made just a lot of confidence coming into this game that they, too, can make a little bit of a run in the state playoffs. Their first challenge here at North Summit against the Braves and their former head coach from the 90s, Jerry Holmes. First challenge is taking on this team, and that has really been our scene set today. You've been tuned into our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, as this has been your J-Bar Excavation scene set. When we come back, we're going to visit with Rich High School alum as part of the Where Are They Now segment, as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and fans of football, to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. This segment of the pregame show, always great because we get a chance to hear from Rich High School alum, find out what they're doing, what they're up to now, as I was able to meet with Cody Grohl. What an amazing dude and an amazing interview. A special thanks to Mound Valley Cattle Company out of Thatcher, Idaho. Eddie and Todd Jensen always wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. Eddie and Todd Jensen make this segment possible. We'll catch up with Cody Grohl immediately after this short break when we come back, as you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel Football on 98.3 The Q, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. We're joined here on the Where Are They Now segment, sponsored by Mound Valley Cattle Company. I'm joined here with Cody Grohl, expert of the Where Are They Now segment. It's been a few years since we've caught up with Cody. Cody, tell me a little bit, how's your morning been so far?
You know, my morning's been good, been busy, always busy in my life, but it's been good.
Awesome. Well, we're so grateful. We're so excited to be able to catch up with you. Last time we caught up with you, it was a few years ago. we're still rocking and rolling, getting this career up and going. Cody, where are you at right now? How close are you getting ready for dental school?
So I'm still in dental school. It feels like it's been forever since I've been here, but I'm just starting into my last year. I graduate in May and then hopefully off to work. Right now I'm just seeing patient parts of things, so it's nice to kind of be out of the school side and all the tests and everything.
Cody, is it difficult to find placement in a career after you graduate from dental school?
There's quite a few job opportunities in Utah. It's a little bit hard, just because there are quite a few dentists. There are quite a few opportunities around the country, though. I was actually lucky enough to get a scholarship that has helped pay for school that I have to go and go to like an underserved community, a rural health community to give back my service there. But it's been good. I've been blessed for sure.
What made you decide on the University of Utah as the place that you wanted to learn?
You know, they have a really good health system. I was lucky enough to get in here, and in-state tuition is crazy compared to out-of-state tuition at other schools. And I guess there was just kind of a lot of driving factors. It was close. I could still be a Rich Rebel supporter. I still have sisters that are in the program, so it was close. I could come home, uncles, cousins, everybody, kind of the family, keep the tradition going.
Cody, you drive around every street corner and you're gonna run into a Grohl. What's the family history? How did they get started in Randolph? Do you happen to know?
So my great-grandpa moved over from Logan, him and a couple brothers, and they've just been mainstays since. Everybody's kind of stuck around. My grandpa Reed, and then my Aunt Laree, and they just kind of started having kids, and now we're all still around.
What was your favorite part about growing up in Randolph or around the Randolph area?
My favorite part was probably just the community feeling. I mean, they say it takes a community to raise a child, and I definitely felt that. It's still something that to this day, like even leaving and talking to other people that I get to converse with throughout the day, it's a totally different vibe. It's a different feeling knowing that you have such a big family, such a big community, showing that support and everything, and that you do not just in sports, but throughout the rest of your life.
How do you feel growing up that you gave back to the community while you were here?
That's another thing. Like with the community, I feel like there are a lot of outreach. There's a lot of opportunities where you can help. You can be part of the community. I mean, church was a big part of things that gave me a lot of opportunities. 4-H was another thing that gave me a lot of opportunities to just help back, to give to the community, whether it be helping an elderly or helping younger kids kind of learn. There's just been a lot of opportunities. I was able to help coach the Little League football team, the high school football team for a year before I left on a mission. So there's a lot of opportunities in a small community that gives you chances to give back and to feel part of that community.
Cody, I don't know if you're aware, but I'm pretty sure you might be. We're getting ready to play North Summit for the second time in the state playoffs. What has been some of your favorite memories as part of the football program here?
I mean, dating me here, but going back to when I was playing, it was just a great time. We were able to go undefeated my junior year, take state. And, I've just had a lot of good memories. That year that I helped coach, I had a lot of good memories. I learned a lot about football. I learned a lot about life that was back when Coach Brown was coaching. And then, like, even to this year, to get that first win and win big against Monticello, that was great for the kids to get that confidence and just to kind of see them get that confidence to move forward into this state game. I think that'll do them great.
A lot of these kids, it's their senior year. For you, once you came back from your mission, did you feel like you had everything figured out and a set plan, or did things just fall into place for you?
No, I'm still not sure I have everything figured out. I think that's something that you just kind of go through with with life and make decisions and stick with them and just keep moving forward.
Could you describe to us a little bit how you found your wonderful wife and what kind of family situation you got going on right now?
So, my wife and I met in Cedar. She was actually my sister-in-law's roommate at the time. I was helping my sister-in-law move from Cedar up to Logan because my sister-in-law and my brother were just getting married, and my wife actually ended up helping me load up our car to move all of her stuff up there. I was dating somebody else at the time, though, so we had a little bit of a pause there, but then things didn't end up working out in the other way, so we started talking, and the rest is history. We now have 2 kids, another one on the way, a boy and a girl right now, and then we're expecting another boy in January, the 1st of January.
Well, congratulations, Cody.
Thank you.
We love having you on and being a recurring guest as part of our Where Are They Now segment. Anything else really from you before we get ready for North Summit today?
I just have to say, go Rebels.
I love it. I love it. Go Rebels. You heard it here from Cody Grohl. We'll go ahead and get ready for some pregame coverage. We welcome you back to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Cody Olson here in the booth at newly named Washakie Field. We're getting ready for the start of today's game against the North Summit Braves and the Rich Rebels. We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff. That segment that you just heard is the Where Are They Now segment, sponsored by Mound Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. Up next on the Chevrolet pregame show, we'll visit with Jerry Holmes, touch up a little bit as to where this team has been, what they've accomplished this year. We'll also hear from head coach Justin Grohl as we get prepped for what should be a very run-heavy game and what should be very exciting part of the first round of the playoffs. Until then, you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com. Rich Rebel fans.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Auto Farm Chevrolet serving Rich County residents for generations. We are broadcasting live from newly named Washakie Field in Colville. I was able to catch up with Coach Jerry Holmes a little bit as to where this team has gone, where they've been, what they've accomplished, and looking forward to this game against Rich today. Let's go ahead, hear from Coach Holmes as we touch up a little bit more as to how this game might go. Coach Holmes, take it away. Rich Rebel fans, welcome again. We are joined here with Coach Jerry Holmes. We're going to be seeing Coach Holmes twice this year. Coach, how are you feeling about round 2?
Well, it's unique when you play a team not only for the second time, but within a span of, I guess, 3 weeks. And, it makes the turnaround as far as preparation a little quicker. And I think we learned some things about each other in that first round, and now it becomes a matter of what we do to fight off those things that went against us in that previous game, and Rich will be doing the same thing. So it makes it a pretty good chess match.
Coach, you talked about improvement. What has been the area of focus after seeing Rich the first time as opposed to coming in this second time?
Well, we've got to be able to stop their lead play. They got some first downs on us with just simple lead, and I, not during the game, but after, I was kind of proud that that's some of the stuff that we ran when I was there, and you just blast up the middle, and so they did a good job with that. They do a good job with the option, and they also completed some passes on us. So we've got some things to correct there. And then on the other side of the ball, they blitzed us a lot and shifted to our strength. And we weren't completely prepared for a safety blitz, and so that caught us off guard a little bit. We were able to adjust in the second half, but those are things that really gave us trouble, and so that's been our focus this week to try to mitigate those problems and see if we can't take care of them.
Coach, you've been in the state playoffs, dare I say, a number of times. What has been your mantra to these kids this year to help them relax and get ready for state tournament play?
Well, we're trying to help them understand that once the playoffs start, it's a new season, and yet you don't just throw everything out that you've been doing all season. So you live with what got you there, and you try to improve on that and add a few things that that only complement what you really are. You just can't go to the playoffs and become somebody else that you're not. And so each team is who they are, and so that's what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do in taking a step up from the season we've just had to now the postseason is we still have some things to correct. And one of those is not having a very good start in our last couple games. So we are really trying to build a fire, if you will, to make sure that we're ready to go on play one. The last couple weeks have not been favorable for us as far as how we've started. So it's a new season, but we've got to correct that and a few other things before Friday's game, and that's my biggest concern right now. You can't be in the playoffs and play 2 or 3 quarters. You have to play all 4 quarters, and that's going to be our emphasis.
Coach, what can a coaching staff do to help their kids feel ready for that opening snap? Can't play middle linebacker for them, but what can a coaching staff do from their perspective to help them out to get that first snap ready?
Well, I think you have to have them prepared so that they're not having to wonder what they're going to do on that first snap. That's what the week-long practice is for, to get them prepared for that, the mental part of the game, and it's the emotional part that we've got to do a better job of, and I think there's such a balance between nervousness and excitement to play the game. I tell kids all the time, if you're not nervous and if you're not excited, then you probably shouldn't be playing, because you ought to be nervous. And yet, if you're not excited to play, you're in the wrong game. And I've always believed that if you play the game emotionally, you can play it better than you normally would be able to. I just think adrenaline and excitement and just the emotional adrenaline rush of playing this game and playing it with your friends and trying to accomplish something big is exciting, and that's where we are trying to get better at, is being a little more juiced.
Coach, it's great to have you on. My last question revolves around your running back duo between Hobson and Mosier. They've been fantastic this season. Yards after contact against Rich was an insane amount. They were getting about 15 yards after contact. Is there any kind of emphasis to get them the ball in open space this upcoming game on Friday?
Oh yeah, we want to get them the balls anywhere we can get it to them, whether it's throwing it to them, whether it's up the middle or around the end. They're both good running backs. They're experienced. I will say that in our previous game, that the field was pretty slick, which makes it hard for the defense to tackle. And if you're on offense, you know where you're going, and on defense, you're trying to figure out where they're going. And
Right.
If the footing is slick, it makes it difficult. And so, to Rich's defense on and all the yards we did get after contact, I think the playing surface had some things to do with it. And on the other side of it, our running backs, Kale and Camden, do run hard, and we're proud of them for not going down on the first hit. But it'll be a different surface on Friday, as you know, and we'll have our turf ready, and I think it's going to be good weather, and there shouldn't be the elements involved. It'll just come down to one team versus another, and we're excited to have the Rebels come to town and see what happens.
Coach, we're excited as well. I think that's the end of all of my questioning. Anything else from your part?
No, just looking forward to it, and it's always good to see a lot of my friends.
It's great to see you again, Coach. We'll see you very soon. Let's get ready for the game against the Braves. That was Coach Jerry Holmes of North Summit. You're tuned into a Bear Lake Memorial Hospital pregame coaches show on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. We'll come back and visit with Justin Grohl and hear from him as they get ready to take on the Braves later on. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, to the Coach's Corner. Coach Justin Grohl here. We're getting ready for the state tournament. First off, let's talk a little bit about the win against Monticello. How did it feel, and how did it affect the locker room, Coach?
You know, the kids were excited. It was a much-needed win, so they were just ecstatic, and they deserved it. They fought through some bad things all year long and persevered and finally got what they needed to be able to pull it off and to win.
Do you think that perseverance and that payoff is going to affect how maybe perhaps performance as opposed to maybe if a loss had happened last week?
You know, of course, it's one of those things that the kids are on a high and they believe they can do it again, and so their attitude's really positive right now, and if it hadn't been, I think it would have been a very struggle this week on everything.
Do you feel like that also carries into practice, and if so, how?
I think so. I mean, they're excited. They know that they can do it, and so if they're excited, they fly around. They try to, it's more of a real life game situation instead of just kind of half-hearted, just walking around and us having to yell at them to try to get anything going. So they kind of police themselves when things go well.
Coach, I don't know if you know this or not, but one seating below, and we would have been going to Layton Christian, one seating above, and we would have been down to Parowan. Instead, we draw North Summit. What are your initial thoughts as to having them be the first matchup in the state tournament?
I'm excited, and the kids are excited. They played right with them, for the most part here. We had a few stupid things, but they believe that they can play with them, and so that's a good thing. if the kids will believe, they'll try harder, and anything's possible when it comes to playoffs. It's one and done. If you don't win, you go home, and I think they know that, and they feel like they have a good shot at keep going, and their desire's there.
How do you feel is the best positive matchup for Rich against North Summit? What area or position group specifically do you feel like you can take advantage of and gain an upper hand?
I think we come and we stop the run pretty well. We're going to change a few things up to try to slow down maybe their dives and stuff. And they did a great job with that, where they'd catch us off guard right down through the middle, and we've got to clean that up and clean up a couple passes that they hurt us on right before half and that. But other than that, we stopped the run pretty well, so we're going to plan on doing that a little bit and try to change a few things up to help with the other stuff.
Coach, we have Hobson as well as Mosier as well as the new quarterback. They're all incredibly fast. For someone who isn't part of practice, what exactly goes into implementation to stopping the run that maybe was different the last time that you saw them?
Well, and I think they had their new quarterback, their freshman quarterback last time, and he's just as fast as all the others. And so we just got to focus once again on not letting them to get to the outside. If we can keep them contained, they can't use that speed as much. If you keep them corralled up, then that kind of negates everything that they're trying to do, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Coach, the player of the week went to Shoup. As an underclassman, very great to see some serious talent bleeding through. He got it for mostly his defensive play. How has he fit in to the team, and what kind of role has he played, especially on defense?
He's been a great addition. He was here at the start of last year, and then his family moved, and then he moved back, and he's fit right in pretty well. It's great, got great speed. He's got a lot of desire, and he just flies around. And the kids have really stepped up and they followed his lead. To have an underclassman just to go all out and not worry about, I might hurt somebody's feelings, or they're a senior so we can't go very hard, and just fly around and have fun and drill people, and everybody's seen that, even the seniors. It's like, hey, I've got to step my game up, or else I might, I'll get taken it to me too. And so they've all kind of stepped up, and he's been a big boost to us.
Coach, it's been great to interview, getting ready for the state tournament. I think that's everything from my end. Anything on your end?
No, I think that's good. Just excited, and hopefully be ready by Friday.
There you go. Let's get ready for North Summit. We'll take a step aside. That was Coach Justin Grohl, head coach of the Rich High Rebels. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Our pregame coaches show has been brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. This segment of Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show will be right back with the green scene on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com. Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're incredibly humbled to be here in North Summit as we're on newly named Washakie Field, about 8 minutes or so away from the opening kickoff, brought to you by Pam Cornea from Town and Country Realty. Pam Cornea has been a wonderful sponsor for your Rich High Rebels. Come to her for any of your Bear Lake Realty needs, as we're excited to get ready for this North Summit game. Here, jumping into the green scene, it is a little bit of cloudy, partly cloudy here, as I initially had overcast. That's what it was mostly going to be like when we first showed up. Partly cloudy here with it's slightly warm. It's been a little bit different as the North Summit Braves are participating in a very wonderful rendition and special presentation as they make tribute to the wonderful tribes that were here before them, as the Braves, their mascot. I know that I spoke with Jerry Holmes earlier in the year a little bit about why Washakie Field and what Chief Washakie did for everyone in this area. The Braves incredibly excited to take on the Rich Rebels today. It is warm. probably a little bit warmer than 50 degrees because the sun has come out. It's amazing how quickly weather can change here. We're out in Colville. This green scene today is brought to you by Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Go ahead and call Pam Cornea today at 435-779-0012. We welcome you here as we're incredibly excited as that camera should be fine. We're here as the Rebels are ready to take on the Braves. It's warm. We've got fans in the stands, and we're incredibly excited for the first round of the state playoffs. That has been the green scene. Special thanks to Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty. We'll see the Rich Rebels with their white tops, blue numerals, and blue helmets and pants against the North Summit Braves. They're wearing the deep, dark purple helmets, tops, and pants with white numerals. We're going to see them momentarily. We'll take a step aside as we get ready for the Lake Town Ledger. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com. Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Lake Town Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District. Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We now have the presentation of the colors. We'll take a step aside, listen to this as a wonderful presentation here in Colville.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, with so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
What a wonderful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner we've had here in Colville. We're getting ready for the start of today's game. We're part of the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. About 2 minutes away from kickoff. Really quickly, let's dive into the Lake Town Ledger. Serving, that's Auto Farm Chevrolet, serving Rich County residents for generations. The Lake Town Ledger, brought to you by Mayor Burdett Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Eldon Robinson, and Delora Wright, as well as Amber Drosbeck. We're getting ready as the Lake Town Ledger last time 2 weeks ago, a 35-14 win for North Summit, tied 14-14 at halftime. 3 turnovers in the second half let North Summit really pull away as Rich lost to the Braves later. The Rich lost to the Braves last year also in the first round of the state tournament in 2020, 13-24. Your Rich Rebels hoping to right the ship and steal one here in Colville. Let's go ahead and take a quick second, our last little timeout, as the captains are getting ready to hop out onto the field and represent each of their teams. Let's go ahead and take a quick break as you've been listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Rich Rebel fans, welcome back to Washakie Field. I am Cody Olson, voice of the Rich High Rebels. We're having coin flip currently at the moment as the captains exchange pleasantries. Your Rich Rebels in the blue helmets and white tops. Here comes the coin flip as while they do that, we'll go ahead and dip into the Epic Recreation keys of the game. Number one, most important, and it goes without saying sometimes, that if you have the ball longer than your opponent, you have a greater chance of winning and scoring, as we'll dip into that really quickly. Our white hat giving us our official call. The North Summit Braves have won, and they will receive first. Your Rich Rebels going, they'll be going east, defending the west, as this field, a little bit different than maybe what we normally see, as it is a field that goes east to west. The wind has been whipping around us, dying and being calm, and then coming up again. No specific direction, really, as of at least right now. The wind is going from west to east. The Rich Rebels will have the wind at their backs. As we dip into the keys of the game, it goes without saying, if your offense is on the field longer than your opponents, you have a greater chance of scoring and winning the game. I mean, if you're keeping their offense off the field, then you're really in a good position. More importantly, keep the ball away from your opponent. Rich can do that as they have moved the ball slowly and efficiently against North Summit last time. Stop the run with the front seven. North Summit has an amazing running back duo, and if they get to the second level, they're going to do some serious damage. If Rich can focus, stop them with their front seven, they really can really determine how this game goes. Number 3, find your tackling fuel. In the words of their late, great water boy, if you can find your tackling fuel and find your energy, then you really can do your absolute very best. We'd like to thank our sponsors and our boosters as we now have live kickoff. Here comes the kickoff from Rich. It's a pooch punt, a little bit past the 40-yard line, and then fielded right at the 39 by North Summit here on the near sideline. Special thanks to our boosters. That is Atlas Home Care and Hospice, Walmart, as well as Comprehensive Family Dental. The first quarter is brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabie, council members Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Clerk Lisa Bell sharing Rich Rebel pride. That opening kickoff brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. Here we go as we're in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Motion across to the right from North Summit as they're located right at the 35. Here comes a fake reverse and a pass. It's going to be fielded right at the 50. That's Hobson. Hobson has room, and he has the length and the speed to go down the sideline and score on the opening play for the North Summit Braves. A little trickeration, dare I say, from the North Summit Braves. They faked the reverse in the backfield, and then the running back was able to set his feet, throw the ball down the field, find Hobson for a 65-yard touchdown pass. Your Rich Rebels are going to be down immediately, as that was a wonderful throw and pitch and catch from the North Summit Braves. Here comes the PAT attempt here. Kick is down, kick is up, and to the right, no good. So that is how we will start, a 6-0 lead for North Summit off of a little bit of a trick play. Reverse, fake reverse, and then plant your feet and throw down the field. Find Hobson. Hobson able to score on 65-yard reception there. Let's go ahead, step aside here from our boosters. This has been Cody Olson here in the booth at Washakie Field, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today. Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're getting ready for the kickoff as North Summit able to score on their first play from scrimmage. 65-yard pitch. Here comes the kickoff from North Summit, fielded at the 20. Here comes up the field. Rich goes. He's going to be sandwiched right at the 33-yard line. The receiver on that kickoff, that is Kason Johnson. He's able to get up the field about 5 yards and nowhere else, as your Rich Rebels will start off at the 33-yard line. They move the ball up to the 34. Rich Rebels on offense now down 6-0 with 11:41 left in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Here we go. We got Pace under center, two running backs behind him and two wide receivers out to the near side of the field. Under center, they're going to show blitz and get the handoff right to Carrillo. Carrillo has a little bit of space. The ball has come out. Rich has fallen onto it at the 38-yard line, though. It seems as though. No, they're going to give the ball right back to North Summit. A fumble from Riley Carrillo right at the 38-yard line, and the North Summit Braves are going to fall on top of it. And now they have a short field, as we are only 30 seconds into this game. And boy, oh boy, the first two plays have really gone poorly for the Rebels now. As under center, we have Crimson Crittenden from North Summit, the senior, back from injury. He's going to send a man in motion out to his right from the triple option. The ball is up in the air. The ball is free. As a fumbled exchange, the Rich Rebels seem to have fallen onto it, and they have. So the Rich Rebels on back-to-back fumbles from the Braves, and then one from the Rebels now leaves two turnovers. So we've got a 65-yard touchdown reception on the first play from scrimmage from North Summit. Then a fumble from Riley Carrillo on their first attempt on offense. And then Crimson Crittenden didn't get the snap correctly, and the ball went up in the air. And then the Rebels fell on it, and now they're at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, going with the wind at their backs. They got to go the length of the field here. Here's Pace under center in I formation. They're going to read the dive, and Pace will keep it himself and bully his way forward. Everyone's smacking at the ball. He'll get all the way out to the 45 after cutting up the hole. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Good decision from Pace to keep it himself. It's a pickup of 5. So 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Rich Rebels. If you're joining us here, we have 11 minutes left in the first quarter. First round of the state playoffs, North Summit scored on their opening play on a little bit of a trickeration 65-yard touchdown reception by Cale Hobson. Now the Rich Rebels driving, 2nd down and 5 from the 41. Pace under center, gets the hard count. He's going to go ahead and hand it off to Trey Walker. Not going to fool anybody. He's going to lose 2 yards going out to the left. Seemed as though that North Summit sent 8 or 9 guys on a blitz going right there. And Coach Holmes talked with me a little bit about keying off of the Rich Rebels' offensive tendencies. And seems as though if you want to stop the run, then you're going to put 9 people in the box. So 3rd down and 7 coming up for your Rich Rebels, located on their own 44-yard line. They're going to spread some people out. They're still in I formation, 2 running backs behind Pace, 2 wide receivers out to the right. They're going to send more people again. There's so many people in the box right now. They've got to get it outside, and Pace will keep it himself on a quarterback sneak. And he'll make up the yardage that was initially lost when Trey Walker had the ball. 4th down and 5 now coming up for the Rich Rebels. Do you punt the ball and try and make North Summit drive the length of the field, or do you attempt a 4th down and 5 from your own 41? That is the decision that Justin Grohl and offensive coordinator Cooper Cornea face, and it seems as though they've elected to punt. They are down currently 6-0 with about 9.5 minutes left here in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Here is the snap right to Pace. He's going to boot it off the side of his foot. It's going to take a dive there at about the 25, take a good Rebel bounce into the middle of the hashes, right down at about the 14-yard line. Good punt by Pace. He's pinned them in their own territory. We'll keep it here as an interesting series of events transpired. The North Summit Braves got the ball first, scored on their opening play on a little tricky fake reverse pass. Then on the first play from scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball for Rich, they fumble the ball, and then North Summit recovers, but then they fumble the ball on their first play. And then 3 and out makes Rich punt the ball all the way down to the 14-yard line. These teams played 2 weeks earlier, and the first half was incredibly close. Right now, a delay of game penalty. No, it seems as though it's an illegal substitution. And now they've marched the Braves all the way out to about the 23-yard line. So, legal substitution has brought the Braves out of the end zone. So here's Crittenden with 2 running backs behind him and a wing out to his right. He's going to get the ball and fake the dive out to his left. He's going to pitch it. The ball's on the ground, but scooped up there by Hobson. Hobson turns the corner, gets a little bit of space, and there's going to be a penalty flag. And if it's a late hit penalty, I really don't think it was necessary to throw it. Flag came out late, and it just seemed like momentum was going to be carried into the running back. We'll get a call from our white hat here. Here we go. Personal foul, late hit on the Rebels. I don't see how you could call that one, but there was a little bit of contact out of bounds. It just didn't seem like Hobson was really stopping as he was tiptoeing around the sideline, and they're going to move the ball all the way to midfield. So with the help of 2 penalty calls, the Braves have made up about 48 yards. Now they're at the midfield. 2 running backs behind Crittenden with wide receivers out to either side. He's going to fake and they'll give the dive out to his left, right on the left side hash. They're going to pick up about 3. That's Mosier. Camden Mosier was an absolute terror 2 weeks ago against the Rich Rebels. And if you're the Rich Rebels, these first couple minutes in the first quarter have not been what you've wanted whatsoever. A little bit of a difference from last time these 2 teams played. Here we go. Crittenden under center, 2 running backs behind him. He's going to fake the pitch out and give the dive to Mosier. Mosier's going to bully his way all the way down to first down yardage right at the 40-yard line. Good play design as the fake pitch stretched out the defense. And then Crittenden hands off immediately to Mosier right up the middle. First down for the Braves. They are marching now in Rebel territory. 8 minutes now. Your Rich Rebels down 6-0 currently, as good play design by Jerry Holmes has really allowed their offense to move. Crittenden with 2 wide receivers out wide either side and 2 running backs behind them. We'll see what happens here. Gets the snap and fakes the dive and runs out. He's going to get wrapped up after picking up about 2, running out to his right. Apologies to everybody listening, as the triple option is often sometimes hard to follow the ball. So it's always, that's what North Summit does best. The triple option really is something that an offense uses in order to use misdirection and speed to make up for size. Even though that doesn't seem to really be the issue for North Summit, they are big on the offensive line. 2nd down and 7 in the middle of the hashes at the 38-yard line of Rich. Here's Crittenden with 2 running backs behind him. He'll get it and pitch out to the right. That's Hobson. He's going to get a full head of steam. There he goes, down to the 25, the 20. Wrapped up there at the 17-yard line as he got the pitch out to the right. Uses some serious speed to get out there as he's forcing safeties and corners to tackle him out there in space. So 1st down and 10 from about the 12-yard line. No, this is the 17-yard line. Substitution here is a timeout is going to be called. Stoppage of play. That's going to be Rich's first timeout, and will follow suit with them, as this is a 6-0 lead for the North Summit Braves here in the first quarter with 6.5 minutes left. We'll take a break, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're getting ready here, and we're in the middle of the first quarter, immediately to the line. Crittenden with 2 running backs behind it. They're spreading out their wide receivers really wide, as they're going to get an offensive false start on Hobson. Hobson went early, and then he tried to play it off like he was going in motion out to the right, and it's not going to fool the officiating crew, because he took a giant step forward like he was going to go, and then just kind of tried to side shuffle out. So they'll move him back. 1st down and 15 now from the 22-yard line. In the same formation, Crittenden. Here we go. Hobson in the backfield as well. They'll get the snap and pitch out to the left. That's Mosier. Mosier is going to get a head of steam. He's down to the 20, finding a little bit of room. He's going to cut back at the 10 and get wrapped up by Riley Carrillo down at the 8-yard line. Mosier gets the pitch out, and I've got to tell you, these running backs from North Summit really, really use speed to their advantage, and they're really close to the 1st down marker. It's going to be 2nd down and inches. 2nd down and inches, as they are located right at the 8-yard line, and it seemed like they needed to get to the 8. 6 minutes left here in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Here's Crittenden. Same formation, 2 running backs behind him. They are not deferring from this thing whatsoever. Here they go. They're going to give it to Hobson up to the right. Hobson's going to bounce off of the linebacker on the right side and scamper into the end zone. Touchdown, North Summit. So, with 5:44 left, they're going to hand off to Hobson to the right. Simple dive play. Hobson makes 1 broken tackle. He's going to jump off of a linebacker and then scamper into the end zone. Here we go, 5:44 left, and the Braves are gonna go up 12-0 so far. Here we go, as the 2-point conversion coming up here for the Braves as they're trying to make up for the missed PAT earlier, 12-0. Crittenden is just going to pitch out to the left, and Mosier is going to find space and go into the end zone. Speed, speed, speed. That is the story as the North Summit Braves are up 14-0. We'll switch over here as an 8-yard run by Hobson. So Hobson has a 65-yard touchdown reception, and he has an 8-yard touchdown run. And these running backs are getting into space, and they're going against the Epic Recreation keys to the game, and that is stopping the run with the front seven. That has not happened so far, as they have been able, thanks to play calling from Coach Jerry Holmes, able to get out into space and just try to make corners and safeties tackle big running backs in the open field. Let's go ahead, dip into our Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam. Your home and your future in Bear Lake is one phone call away, 435-946-8888. We're excited as a German Shepherd has taken hold of the field. He's at the 40-yard line. Here he goes down. He's scampering around the kickoff team, working his way down the 30-yard line and out of bounds at the 34. Back into the field of play. No, he decides to come back. He is running in circles, and he looks like he's going to get rallied up. We're having a stoppage of play near the golf cart, and now he's in lane 4 on the track. Here we go. He's going to make a lap right at the start of the line. There he goes down the side. Now into the fence, and out he goes. So after a quick halftime post-celebration, a German Shepherd took hold of the field. Here comes the kickoff from the Braves. Little squib kick there, and the ball's going to roll and get fallen on right at the 38-yard line. On the recovery, that's number 11 for Rich, Levi Stonehouse. So at the 38-yard line, your Rich Rebels down 2 scores, down 14-0. And, man, you really want to see some points right now. And you have a short field currently at the moment. Let's see what the Rich Rebels can do. They've only had about 4 offensive plays, and they're already down 2 scores. Let's see what the offense can really do. As Pace is under center, 2 running backs behind him and 2 wide out to the right. They're going to read off the dive. Pace will keep it himself. He's going to cut up the hole. Got to hold on to the ball. Wrapped up after a 3-yard gain right on the right hash. Good read and the right thing to do. It was just good team tackling as Jake Smith of North Summit, along with his buddy, number 57 of North Summit, that's Carson Tholen, the senior, 6'177". So 2nd down and 7 coming up on the right hash. They're at the 41. Good pickup of about 3. Pace under center in the eye. They're not giving that one up, and Max Perry is going to get wrapped up in the backfield. A loss of 2. So if you're watching us online or if you're listening to us over the radio, North Summit is double dog daring the Rich Rebels to throw the ball because they have 9 people in the box and they are blitzing everybody. So let's see how the offense can respond. A 3rd down and 9 call coming up. 3rd down and 9. Yeah, the only 2 people that are not in the box right now are the 2 corners covering people way out on the outside. Hobson. No, that's not Hobson. It's going to be a encroachment call on the North Summit Braves as they are blitzing right up the A-gap. That's Buck Sargent. So, if you're joining us here, we have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Your Rich Rebels are facing a 3rd and 4 at the 44-yard line. They need to get to the 48. And North Summit is showing their hand completely. They have 9 people in the box. Their linebackers are stacked only 2-3 yards behind the defensive line. It is amazing to me how they're getting away with this here. And we're going to get a false start on the left. No, on the tight end. I believe that's Carrillo out there. He flinches, and then they're just going to walk the ball back to the initial line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 9 coming up. So there we go. We get a rolling clock in the time will continue to tick off if you're joining us here in the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Here they go as your Rich Rebels are going to go into shotgun in a trips formation out to the right. Here we go. Pace will roll out to his right. He's going to have pressure right up the middle. He's going to overthrow Conk incomplete at the 43-yard line out to his right. 4th down and 9 and another 3 and out for the Rich Rebels. I think that is the right thing that you have to do. If you make that throw, you have Riker Conk in space. If you're able to connect, you're able to get the ball outside and outside of the giant mess that is the line of scrimmage right now, then I think you have something really to work with. Instead, incomplete 4th down and 9 at the 39. Hunter Pace has his cleats right at the 28-yard line. He'll get the snap. They're going to bring pressure off of his foot high up into the air. Might be fieldable. It is. It's going to be fielded right at the 35. Out to the right he goes. Here comes the North Summit Braves, wrapped up right at midfield. So, that's a 15-yard return there by number 7, Tyler Herzl. And a good return for North Summit as they are right at midfield. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Your Rich Rebels down 2 scores, 14-0. Quickly to the line, your Rich Rebels are facing down the Braves here, and they're kind of in a trips formation, stacking high out to the open side of the field on the left. They're located on the right hash at the 50. Crittenden will get the ball. It's going to be a pulling guard out to the right. He's going to get the corner. Right at the 50, down to the 45 and pushed out of bounds. Say this and what you will, the Rich Rebels are sprinting everywhere to the ball. That's Max Perry, Trey Walker, and Riley Carrillo able to force him out of bounds, but that's a 5-yard pickup. 7-yard pickup according to our officials here. There you go, second down and 4 coming up. Probably less, actually. 2nd down and 3 coming up for the Braves as they have been able to move the ball with ease. So they're not deferring at all from the same formation. Here's Crittenden under center with 2 running backs offset behind him. Gets the snap and fakes it and gives it off to Mosier on the left. Mosier just takes the dive and goes forward for 1st down yardage right down to the 38-yard line. So 37-yard line, 1st down and 10 for your Braves. I've got to say this, the Braves, just good offensive play calling, great effort. And they're getting their playmakers in space. That's exactly what Coach Holmes wanted to do. And that's exactly what's going to win the football game. Here we go. Now we see a little bit of a spread formation here. They have 2 wide receivers way outside to the left and to the right. Crittenden's still under center. They're going to send Mosier way out in motion to the right. It's going to be a dive, and Buckwheat is going to tackle both the quarterback and the running back, 1 in each arm for no gain. 2nd down and 10 coming up. That's good work from the defensive line. That's Buckwheat, as well as Hayden Weston and Eli Brooks. They just let go of a defensive lineman, and he wrapped up the quarterback and the running back, 1 in each arm. Great big bear hug. Near the left hash here, working to the Rebel side. They're in Rebel territory at the 37-yard line. Crittenden under center. He's going to send Mosier out to the right in motion. He'll get the snap and hand it off immediately to Hobson. Hobson has nobody touch him until he's brought down for a 7-yard gain. Holes huge. You can drive a freight train through these things right now. 7-yard pickup for Hobson. Down to the 30. A minute and 50 left in the first quarter here. The Braves are threatening to score once again. Crittenden under center, 2 running backs behind him. Quick snap. He's going to get blown up. Oh, my goodness. No yards gained on that one. And a really amazing play by Hayden Weston. Let's go ahead. We missed the replay there, but, man, he's trying to get the quarterback sneak, and that didn't fool Hayden Weston. Blows up the quarterback right at the line of scrimmage and pushes him backwards. So 4th down coming up, 4th down and 3. What a great opportunity for your Rich Rebels to make a stop. If I'm the Braves, I would just pitch it out in space here. They're going to send Hobson out to the left in motion. They're going to get the pitch out in space, just like I said, and they're going to get the corner out to the 20, a cutback from Mosier, down to the 10 he goes, and brought down finally at the 10-yard line. So, as really what I would do is they're just trying to get their running backs in space. We have a penalty marker right at the 14-yard line. Let's go ahead here and see what's going on. It's going to be a face mask penalty on the defensive. They're going to move them a little bit closer. 1st down coming up for the Braves. Here we go, live action now. 40 seconds left and ticking here in the first quarter. Nothing special really needed as they're able to move the ball with a little bit of ease. If you're joining us here, your Rich Rebels down 2 scores at the waning moments of the first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Crittenden under center. Tight end out to his left and 2 wide receivers way out wide to his right. He's going to drop back to look to throw. Riley Carrillo is going to have pressure on him, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Hobson right at the 2-yard line. It's going to be right behind him. Credit the QB hurry to Riley Carrillo as he got on Crimson Crittenden way quickly. And so that stops the clock with 2 seconds left here in the first quarter. And one more shot in this opening quarter for the Braves. That was the first pass attempt, I believe, by North Summit today, as the run game has been working out wonderfully for them. They're located right at the 5-yard line. Mosier and Hobson in the backfield behind Crittenden. He's under center. Gets the snap, bobbles it, and he'll go up the hole. Tries to follow. The ball has come out. He fumbled the ball, but I believe Mosier is able to fall on it right at the 5-yard line. It will stay North Summit ball. So we've seen the ball on the turf quite a few times, and I got to say, if you're Rich, you really got to capitalize and try and hop on those. We'll go ahead. Part of our first quarter coverage here at Washakie Field. That's the end of the first quarter. 14-0 for North Summit, knocking on the door again. We'll go ahead, take a break on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the second quarter here. Second quarter brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. We missed one play. Freshman quarterback Jake Smith able to take the direct snap and try to go up to the left side. He's going to be brought down right at the 3-yard line. And now it is a 4th down and goal. 3 yards to go. Coming up for North Summit. Jake Smith, the freshman, still in at quarterback. He's got a running back offset to his left and a running back behind him. He's going to take it himself. He's going to follow the hole, and he's going to get wrapped up. The ball will come out. Doesn't matter. Either way, your Rich Rebels have made a wonderful stop, and that is a turnover on downs at the 6-yard line. Great, great work from the defense as they were able to read the direct snap at Jake Smith. The freshman quarterback tried to run out to the left, the same play that we saw previously out to the left. And there we go. Turnover on downs. That is a Town of Garden City turnover where families play at beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us. So your Rich Rebels back on offense. They're located right at the 7-yard line. They've got the length of the football field to go, now going to the west. Wind in their face. Here comes a handoff to Max Perry. He's going to get wrapped up right near the line of scrimmage. He maybe got a couple inches. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Rich Rebels. Here we go, 14-0 here with about 10.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. 2nd down and 9 coming up after the dive out to Max Perry. North Summit has not really put anybody in coverage. There's so many people in the box right here. Hobson showing blitz right up the A-gap, and he's going to make the Rich Rebels jump. So they're going to force the Rebels to move backwards, probably about half the distance to the goal, as we get flinches from both a running back as well as a left guard. 2nd down and 13 coming up. 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Welcome you to the booth here at Washakie Field. 2nd down and 13 pace under center. He's going to read off of the dive and keep it himself out to the right. He's going to get blown up. Nowhere to go. Back to the line of scrimmage. They can't seem to get past the second level from North Summit because they're sending everybody every play. Quite frankly, I would be doing the same thing if I was North Summit. I have not seen any tendency whatsoever from the Rich Rebels to throw the ball. And it's not really going anywhere, so why not send 9 people right on the line of scrimmage? 14-0 currently right now. Your Rich Rebels located right at the 5-yard line. 3rd down and 12 coming up. Pace in the shotgun. He's going to look to pass. Ball's going to be batted down at intended for Riker Conk there on the left side. So they're sending pressure, and they got to Pace just in time to cause a little bit of an incompletion. It messes up a little bit of the communication there, and the ball just bounces off of Riker Conk's hands right at about the 3. Falls down to the turf. Incomplete. So here we go. We're going to see a punt formation from the Rich Rebels. Pace way in his own end zone. Gets the snap, boots it off of his foot. It's going to go high up in the air and go out to the left. Going to take a bounce. The ball is touched. The ball is touched, but the Braves are able to get back on it. That's Mosier, as well as the return man, touching it as it took a couple bounces. The ball will be down right at the 41-yard line of the Rich Rebels. Riley Carrillo tried to jump on that one. But not able to scoop that one up. It would have been a wonderful Town of Garden City turnover. Instead, at the 35-yard line, the Braves are out on offense again. 9 minutes left in the second quarter, down 2 scores. Rich Rebels trying to make up the deficit. Crittenden stacked offense out to his left. He's going to get the pitch and fake the end around, give it to Hobson right up the middle. Hobson's going to roll off of the offensive line, but roll back into a tackle from Buckwheat. That's a loss of 1. No, a loss of 2. So defense making their presence known as they've been able to stop the run here. Crittenden. Here we go. We got spread formation, 2 wide receivers out wide either side. Gets the snap, steps back. It's a 5-step drop, throws down the middle of the field. He's got a man wide open, off of his hands, incomplete, right at the 10-yard line. That's Mosier. Mosier, right in between the hashes. He tried to split the coverage there. He went up with one hand, and it bounces off, incomplete, and now we've got a 3rd down and 12 coming up. Watch intently, if you are the Rich Rebels, for a pitch to the outside. They have not been able to stop that whatsoever, and the running backs in space for the Braves have really been able to make up some serious ground. 3rd down and 12 from the 37-yard line. Crittenden gets the snap, drops back to pass. He's going to throw across his body and get sacked. Brought down immediately at the 43-yard line. What a wonderful move. Great work from Eli Brooks. Eli Brooks sacks Crittenden for about a 5-yard loss. That is exactly what the Rich Rebels needed. Now, with 8 minutes left in the second quarter, what can the Rich Rebels do on offense? Good time for adjustments as it seemed very clear that the Rebels wanted to run the ball. And North Summit is saying, no, you're going to pass it. So here comes the punt formation for the Braves, the first time we've seen it. The punter right at the 45, his own 45. Gets the snap, has no pressure whatsoever, boots it off of his foot. It's going to go high and out of bounds, take a dive right near the 20. They're going to walk it back all the way to the 23-yard line. So, punting game on the last 2 possessions here. Defense able to make a stop. Now, the Rich offense really needs to get something going. Their offensive possessions have come up empty the last couple times, and with 7.5 minutes left and down 2 scores, it is go time for the Rebels. Here we go. Pace is under center. He's going to send Carrillo in motion. They're going to do the end around there to Max Perry. He's going to get stood up and nowhere to go. A good attempt at misdirection. It's not going to go anywhere as the Rich Rebels will lose 1 yard on the play. Back to the 22-yard line. Here you go. The Braves getting pressure up the middle and not really fooled as the misdirection was bounced back inside from a D-end that went up the field and made a great move. Here's Pace with 2 wide receivers to his right. He's going to drop back to pass, throws it out to Max Perry, and Perry completes the pass, but he's not going to be able to get any yardage. So 3rd down and 11 on a little pop pass, a pass out to the flat. That's a completion, something that we want to see. Great work as now the Rich Rebels trying, diving deep into their playbook to see if they can get some yardage here. Pass completion, but no gain on the play. They flop sides of the field. They're now located on the right hash, still at the 22-yard line. Need to get to the 34 for a first down. 6 minutes left here in the second quarter. Pace under center, and we're going to get a timeout called, the second by the Rich Rebels and by Coach Justin Grohl. So the Rebels are going to try and come up with a play here to gain enough yardage, and they've not been able to move the ball very much whatsoever in this first half. Or sum it up 14-0. Let's go ahead, take a quick second, and a breather here. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on the Q as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. A 3rd and 11 facing the Rich Rebels. Here comes pressure right up the middle again. They're going to try and stop Hobson. There's going to be a fling right down the middle. Incomplete. They had 2 people open, and the ball just falls incomplete right at the 35-yard line, right down the middle. Stonehouse and Carrillo in the vicinity, and I really think that they could have made a play on the ball if they just had one more step. Kind of a little bit of a heartbreaker there for the Rebels. About 6 minutes left here in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Comes another punt formation from the Rich Rebels. Pace is right at his own 10-yard line. High snap off of his foot, way up in the air. It's going to be fielded right at the 45 of the Rich Rebels. That took a bounce right back at Max Perry. So here comes the punting game a little bit. A punt to and from. We'll see if the Rich Rebel defense can hold up again, as on the last possession they're able to stand their ground and actually push the Braves backwards. 5 minutes and 3/4 left, as in 5:45 left in the second quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane. Here we go as we get a lot of people on the line of scrimmage. Crittenden with 2 tight ends and 2 running backs splitting behind him. They're going to send Mosier out in motion to the near side of the field. There they go as Crittenden gets wrapped up and dropped for a 5-yard loss. So, seems as though, I'm going to knock on wood here, that the Rich Rebels have keyed up a little bit as to how this triple option is going, and they're able to drop Crittenden for a loss of 4. 2nd down and 14 coming up from the 49-yard line, right near midfield. I believe the on the tackle was Wyatt Shoup. I believe so. So here we go as in again. Here comes a pass and an absolute monster sack. That's Wyatt Shoup again. Wyatt Shoup on 2 massive defensive stops. He's able to tackle Crittenden on the triple option read on the first play and then sack him again. And Coach Holmes is steaming. Off comes the headset. And the Braves are going to get a talking to right here. And a little bit of energy here for the Rich Rebels. They're down still 2 scores with 4.5 minutes left. We'll keep it here in the second quarter as, Wyatt Shoup able to put together 2 amazing defensive stops. And Coach Holmes right now is given an earful to his team, and rightfully so. He wants energy. He wants something going on. He wants to stop the defense of Rich from coming right up the A-gap and tackling his quarterback for losses every single play. We welcome you here. We'd love to see another Town of Garden City turnover as here comes a 3rd down and 20 for the North Summit Braves. It seems as though the defense for Rich is able to move the ball more than the offense currently right now, at least here in the first quarter. As we have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here. Let's see if the chewing out by Coach Holmes will get the Braves in gear here. Crittenden under center 2 running backs behind him. Here he comes. He's going to come, and a little bit of a misdirection and an attempted throwback across his body to the open side of the field. Here comes a flag from the Rich Rebels sideline. Let's see what this call is. Frankly, my eyes were not over there, and if I'm peering into the huddle, it seems like it's going to be an ineligible man down the field from the Braves, and the Rebels are going to decline it. So 4th down and 20 coming up for the Braves. A good play call and good design, but again, pressure right up the middle from Hayden Weston as well as Buckwheat. Forces Crittenden to throw the ball way earlier than he wanted to. So 4th down and 20 coming up, punt formation again, and the defense has been able to move the ball more for Rich than their offense has. Punt formation, and off of his foot, good punt, and Trey Walker lets it go and bounce all the way down to the 5, out of bounds. What an amazing punt by the Braves. It's going to be downed right at the 3-yard line. And, if you can do that on special teams, then you can really keep Rich from doing anything with the ball. But they have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left before the end of the first quarter. Your Rich Rebels, it would really, really benefit to get some points on the board, a little bit of a great confidence booster. Let's see if Coach Cornea able to come up with some different play calling, see if they can get the ball out into space. And they're kind of backed up against a wall right now. If they're at the 3-yard line, they're sending everybody right up the middle. And Max Perry is going to get put into a doggy pile, brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on a dive out to the right. It just does not seem to be working very much. The runs are just not happening. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Rich Rebels. They're down at their own 3-yard line. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Pace under center. He's getting people to jump, and no call there. As this is, I have never quite seen this before. North Summit is sending 4 people up the A-gaps on either side. And Pace, if he's under center, just can't go anywhere. So that's a loss of 1 as the Braves sent both safeties and a linebacker right up the A-gaps. And we'll take a step aside here. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on 98.3 on KADQ, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. 3 minutes and 23 seconds separate us from the end of the first half. We're in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. Your Rich Rebels are facing a 3rd and 11 down at their own 2-yard line. Pace under center, and here comes pressure right up the middle again. And they're going to keep with this run, and it's not going to go anywhere. 4th down and 11 coming up. That was a run out to the right. And here comes a 4th down and 11, and you have to punt the ball. So we're ticking under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Pace will get the snap and boot it off of his foot. It's kind of shanked and thrown way out to the 30-yard line. It will take a roll back into the middle of the field and downed at the 22-yard line. So a 20-yard punt And now the Braves are in good position here to score before half. They're up 14-0 in the second quarter. A little bit of back and forth punting action. The Braves scored twice in the first quarter, have not been able to find pay dirt here in the second quarter. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. Crittenden under center, first down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Here they go. It's a pitch out to the right. Here's Hobson. Hobson is going to be met with some tackling right at the 25. And a flag comes out, and North Summit is cheering. I did not see what happened. It could have been a face mask. It could have been a late hit. It could have been something. And they're going to walk off some yardage against as if it were a foul against the Rich Rebels. Let's see what it is. It is going to be personal foul on the Rebels. Half the distance to the goal. So a personal foul call on the Rich Rebels has moved the Braves down to the 13-yard line located on the right hash. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. So the Braves not really in a terrible hurry. They have about 2 minutes left here, and they're getting ready to roll. Here's Crittenden under center. They're going to send Mosier out to the right, and they're going to hand it off to Hobson. Hobson bounces off a couple people and scampers into the end zone. That's the third touchdown by Hobson on the night. That is a 13-yard touchdown run, and that is 3 total touchdowns by Hobson here in the first half. What a wonderful performance by Hobson. And a 20-0 lead. Hobson scampers into the end zone. 20-0 lead with 1:45 left in the second quarter for the Braves. Snap is down for the PAT, up and good. Right through the uprights it goes. 21-0. Your Rich Rebels down 21 and 3 scores. We'll go ahead, take a quick second and a break here in the second quarter. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the second quarter. Here's a kickoff from the Braves, and it will go out of bounds. That ball will fall out of bounds around the 15. That will be an illegal procedure call. Imagine the Rich Rebels will take it, and they'll get the ball at the 35-yard line. Kind of just a bit of a toe punch there from the Braves from number 56, their kicker, Adrian Chavez. Chavez puts it off of his foot and out of bounds, and that's kind of the risk you run when you toe punch the ball. You just don't really know where it's going to go. And so the Rich Rebels will take it over at the 35-yard line. They need to go 65 yards to find some pay dirt here. Here we go, and they're going to start out with trips formation. It's close to the line of scrimmage out to the right in shotgun. Pace will get the ball. No, that's Carrillo. Carrillo direct snap. He has some room. Carrillo lowers his shoulder, moves forward, down to midfield. Great work and a 15-yard pickup by Riley Carrillo. The Rebels are running out of time, though, as we have about 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So no time to waste whatsoever. They got to get quickly to the line, as they've used up all of their timeouts as well. So trips out to the left again, and Correa will stay in the shotgun at quarterback. Here we go. Correa will get the ball and try and go out to his right. Nobody there. Here. Well, when I say nobody, I mean nobody for the Rebels. The Braves stuffed that immediately for a 1-yard loss. He went the opposite way of the trips. And now it's 2nd down and 11 with 50 seconds left. You've got to hurry if you want to score. And they're just – Stonehouse will come in and give the play call. Stonehouse will come in, get the play call, and the Rebels now have 30 seconds left before the end of the first half. Correa will stay at quarterback. In the trips formation out to the left, 2nd down and 11 at the 47-yard line. They're going to send Conk in motion. Correa will step back to throw and then cut up the middle and gain about 4. So they've got 15 seconds left, and they've got to hurry to the line if they want to get one last play off before the end of the half. 10 seconds. Down to 5. Here's Pace under center. He'll get the snap off, and it will be time. He'll have time to throw. Incomplete. Intended for Max Perry right at the 45-yard line, and that will end the first half. North Summit will go up 21-0. A little bit of a flip-flop from what we saw last time. North Summit just has been able to run the ball at will against the Rich Rebels. We'll go ahead and take one more step aside, and we'll get ready for the halftime show brought to you by Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Until then, this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 KADQ, as well as coverage at mylocalradio.com.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
We welcome you back into the booth at Washakie Field in Colville. Your Rich Rebels currently down 21-0 against the North Summit Braves. This is part of our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Ellingford Brothers in Evanston for all your sand, gravel, cement, and steel needs. Ellingford Brothers serving customers for 5 generations. Giving a brief recap of the first half, we've had quite a few turnovers that have led to some interesting points. Quite frankly, if I were to give an honest assessment of what's been happening, your North Summit Braves have been able to run the ball really with much success. Eventually, the Rich Rebel defense able to kind of key up and have been able to stop them a little bit. but the offense for the Rich Rebels really struggling right now to move the ball in any which way. I attribute that mostly to the North Summit defense putting so many people in the box right now. Frankly, it's a great coaching move and a great coaching decision by Jerry Holmes and coaching company to say, listen, you're not going to run the ball. We're not going to let you run the ball. You're going to throw it, or you're going to need to get it somewhere in space, but you're not going to run it up the middle. And the Rebels have really tried to establish the run, trying to run up the middle, trying to run the dive, trying to get something up the middle. But frankly, you just can't go anywhere when you have 9 people for the defense stacked up in the box. The Braves score on their first offensive possession on their first play and have really been on, quite frankly, they've been in the attacking mode the entire first half. Something that if you're a North Summit Brave fan, you love to see. You love to see how the Braves come out very aggressive. You catch a lot of energy. You see and understand that they're taking this incredibly seriously. If you're a Rich Rebel fan, a little bit frustrated seeing as you saw such an amazing performance last week, and now you're kind of put up against the wall. This is the last half of football that you're going to be able to play, and so how are you going to come back? How are you going to try and make this a little more interesting? What can you do? That has been our brief recap of the first half. At the half, 21-0 lead for the Braves on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll take a quick break here. Be back with more from the Ellingford Brothers halftime show with a standout student interview brought to you by Western Ag Credit. Until then, you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation on 98.3 The Q, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, part of our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Today on our Standout Student segment, I was able to catch up with quite a few from the volleyball team. They just barely got their RPI rankings, ranked 4th overall. They're going to be taking on the winner of Valley and Mount Vernon as part of the second round of the playoffs. They have a bye this week. We'll see them in action next week. But I was able to catch up with Brittany Lamborn. Outstanding student and outstanding player for the volleyball team. She had a lot to say, as this segment of our halftime show is brought to you by Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture, a lender who understands finance and agriculture. 848 Front Street in Evanston. Let's go ahead and hear from Brittany. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans. I'm joined here with Brittany Lamborn. We have heard from her earlier in the year. She made very abundantly clear that we've had interviews before, but this time it's for outstanding student. Brittany, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good. Why? Why are you nervous?
I don't know. Interviews are scary a little bit, but I'll get used to it, so it's okay.
You know what? The more you do, the more you get better at it. Is there anything new that has happened since homecoming that you want to talk about?
I don't know. That time in volleyball, we were kind of at the beginning of the season. Now we're getting ready for state, so that's kind of crazy. Yeah. So, I don't know. Lots has changed, but...
Talk to me a little bit about what it's like getting ready for volleyball at the end. You're getting ready for state. What is your personal feelings on how the team's doing?
Well, I think it's really important to get the not just volleyball player mentality, but a championship player mentality. So you kind of got to change your look a little bit, and in practice you got to be a little more serious. You got to realize that you're preparing for the big goal at the end, and especially us seniors, like this is it. So practice is always important and has been all season, but it's not just leading up to, okay, what's our next game this weekend? It's leading up to, okay, the big championship is coming up. Are we going to be ready? So I think your whole attitude kind of changes towards the end of the season in practice and stuff.
Last year, you guys were really, really close. What do you feel like is the key to making that next step and bringing that state championship home for volleyball?
We just have to be really strong and solid. I think we have the skill and we have the readiness, but we got to make sure that we don't make little mistakes, and we have to be very solid in our playing. We can't go on a roller coaster like sometimes we have this season a little bit. We got to be really solid but still strong at the same time. So don't play scared, don't play not to lose, but play to win and be confident the whole time.
Can you talk to me a little bit about what maybe your favorite experience, maybe your favorite story so far of your senior year of volleyball has been?
This is actually at the beginning of the season, around homecoming, but I loved the vibe of the Bear Lake game. I thought the student section was incredible. I thought we played really well, and I had a feeling in me as we were playing that, like, this is it. And it was at the beginning of the season, so it made me really excited for the rest of the season because we had the chemistry going on. We were playing really well. It's always fun to beat Bear Lake. And I was just thought to myself, like, yeah, this is it. This is my team. I love them. I love this season, and I'm really excited for it. And that was a good memory for me because just the feeling that I got when we were playing them.
What has caused such a strong bond on the team this year?
I think we've just been playing together for so long. We're all best friends. It's hard, actually, kind of with such a big team because we are all best friends. But I think it's just because we've been together for so long and we've grown up together. And we've just been close, especially through sports. That's kind of how because we all have that in common. So we've all kind of used that to grow closer together.
What has been your favorite class so far this fall semester?
My favorite class, let's see. I have a history of rock and roll class from Snow College that's always really interesting because I love rock and roll and I love music and that stuff. So that's been a fun one that maybe is kind of out of the ordinary. And then I've also been taking a few financial college classes, which have been really helpful. Probably really good to learn. So I have 2 finance classes in a row, so that's been really good too. I like those.
Finance, is that something that you're wanting to go into, or is that just kind of like life skill that you like to have?
I think probably just a life thing. I don't know. Yeah, just it's not something that a normal high school class might teach as much, so I thought I might need a little bit more help with that. So I just think it's probably good stuff to know in life, so that's why I took it.
How has senior year felt different than years past with it being your last year here at Rich High School?
I've definitely thought a lot about it, and time has been flying. It's crazy that it's already October and the end of the trimester is coming up. It's all been going so fast, but I think I actually have been taking advantage of my time and have it being senior year. I was talking with my brother-in-law, and he said something like, you don't know, something along the lines of, you don't know they're the good old days until they're past, and then you look back and realize it was the good old days. And I've kept that in mind and thought, you know what, I'm going to make sure that I live in the moment and enjoy the good old days while they're here. And I feel like I've really tried to do that, which maybe I haven't done in the past, but I'm really trying to savor every moment of senior year so that graduation I can look back and not have any regrets of anything that I did.
We look forward to hearing a little bit more about how volleyball is ranked in the RPI, Brittany. I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you for being part of our interview today.
Thank you.
That was Brittany Lamborn. Look out for her and her teammates as your Rich Rebels will be participating as an incredibly high seed in the state volleyball tournament next week at UVU in Orem. That was part of our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Up next, we're going to recap some of the highlights, some of the stats brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause at the half. The next score on the Station on Main scoreboard. We're at 21-0 currently at the moment. Until then, you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich High Rebel football on 98.3 FM with video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime.
Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're getting nearer to the end of our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. We've got both teams out onto the field getting their final stretches in before the beginning of the game. Let's touch up on a little bit of the highlights. Brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause from the first half.
This presentation.
In 4-H, we believe
apologies for that one as we get a little bit of an audio disruption, but rather, let's go ahead and touch up on some of the highlights from the first half. The first quarter, on the first play from scrimmage for North Summit, 65-yard touchdown reception from Cale Hobson. Back-to-back fumbles on the ensuing drives from Rich and the Braves, recovered by each opposing team. Later on, Buckwheat tackles two North Summit players in one. That was interesting. In the backfield, a quarterback in one arm and running back in the other as they were trying to make that read option. Score at the end of the first, 14-0 for the Braves. Second quarter, 6-yard line, Rebels and Braves. A fourth down stop by the Rebels. Keep the Braves out of the end zone, but the Rebels struggling on offense, have to punt back to the Braves. And then the Braves sometimes... Not everything worked out for the Braves completely as the Rich Rebels able to find a little bit of a rhythm on defense, stopping the Braves on multiple drives. The ball gets punted at the end of each of those offensive possessions from the Braves back to Rich, but Rich just can't move the ball. They're having trouble with the amount of players stacked up in the box. By in the box, I mean directly over the center in the linebacker position behind the defensive line. They have 9 people. The only people that are not directly near that line of scrimmage is the 2 corners that are covering the receivers out in the spread formation from Rich. Wyatt Shoup able to put together some amazing defensive highlights, tackles Crittenden twice on the ensuing defensive plays for Rich. It was fantastic to see. At the beginning of the third quarter, you're going to see a 21-0 lead by the Braves. Touching up on some statistics, Rich has 32 yards of total offense and is averaging 1.6 yards a play. Just not what really we want to see from an offensive production standpoint. They've only made one attempt on they've only made one completion on 5 attempts for no yards. And I believe that the pass is going to be the key to spreading out this defense and making them honest. We've had 3 fumbles from North Summit, and 2 of them have been lost. So the turnover category won by Rich currently at the moment, but time of possession kind of tells the story here as Rich losing in that category as well. They're 0 for 8 on third down. That is going to be very hard to put your defense in that kind of position consistently as your Rich Rebels are getting back out onto the field to receive the second half kickoff. That was your first half highlights brought to you by Rich County Government, Rebels with a champion cause. Let's go ahead and we're getting near the end of the halftime show brought to you by the Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Ellingford Brothers, the best in specialized services, including steel fabrication, gravel, road-based cement, and more. We're getting ready for the Town of Woodruff kickoff. Part of our third quarter brought to you by Mayor Scott Saby and council members as well as Lisa Bell. Third quarter kickoff as we get ready here. We're back to live coverage, and that little squib kick is going to be falling on right at the 34-yard line by the Rich Rebels. We're now in the third quarter. They're going to be down 21-0. Here we go as we're getting ready for the opening drive of the second half. This third quarter brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from Mayor Lynn West and board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lamb, and Clark Lana Peart. Here we go as the Rich Rebels are back out on offense, and we'll see what they can do. First down and 10 right at the 34-yard line. They're in shotgun, 2 wide receivers out to the left. This is Carrillo still in at quarterback. Carrillo gets some space. He breaks a tackle at the 40. Gets a little bit of running room down into Braves territory, down to the 47. So that is a designed run for Riley Carrillo as they kind of spread out the defense a little bit, putting wide receivers way out there a little ways, and Carrillo just kind of went up the middle. That's a first down pickup for Riley Carrillo on a 13-yard, no, even more probably. That's a 17-yard scamper for Carrillo down to the 48-yard line of the Braves. They're keeping Carrillo in at quarterback. Pace is out as a wide receiver here. Carrillo is going to keep the ball again. He's getting some running room, and he's running like a senior that doesn't want to quit playing football. He's saying, I don't want to go home. That's a 7-yard pickup there for Carrillo going out to the right. That's the same play. In shotgun, Carrillo gets the direct snap, and he just rolls forward. We're at 11 minutes here in the third quarter, brought to you by Rich County Government. And with those 2 plays, the Rebels have almost, I believe they're only a couple yards away from doubling the total offensive production from the first half. Here we go as Pace is back at quarterback. Now they throw Carrillo out wide on the far side of the field. They're on the right hash right at the 42-yard line. Pace will drop back and throw down the field. He's got Carrillo open. Bobbled up in the air, incomplete. Good defense by Jake Smith. Down the sideline he goes. No interference, no nothing. That's just great defense by the Braves. But that shot that the Rebels tuned up there down the field is exactly what you need to do. You need to prove to the defense that you can throw this ball down the field and get everyone off of the line of scrimmage. So incompletion there. As we get back into the action, our camera was just off a little bit. Here we go. As Carrillo's in at quarterback, you'd assume to see a quarterback run from Carrillo here. But that's what we'll get. Carrillo gets close to the first down marker, gets stood up at the 40-yard line. He's going to be 2 yards short. And if you're the Rich Rebels, you have to go for this. You have to go for this. You can't give the ball back to North Summit here. You're already in North Summit territory. You're at the 40-yard line. You've been picking up yards every single time on this drive. You have to trust your team. We'll see what they do. I'm not the coach, so. They're going to go for it. So we'll see what they can do. They're at the 40-yard line. Carrillo's under center. He's going to get the snap directly, push forward. He's going to get the yardage. He's going to get the first down and more, actually. Down to the 35. Needed 2. He picked up 5, and that's a first down. Here we go. 35-yard line and an LSR refrigerated first down for your Rich Rebels. You love to see that as, again, on this offensive drive, the Rich Rebels have more than doubled their offensive production from the first half. So, it's good to see something turning around as they only had 32 yards in the first half as opposed to North Summit with 161. Here we go as Carrillo. They're just going to ride Carrillo. Carrillo's going to find space up the middle. Carrillo gets spun around and put down right at the 15-yard line. Wow. Great work and great running by Riley Carrillo. Goodness, another LSR refrigerated first down, and we're about 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Can the Rich Rebels punch it in? They are now in the red zone. They're located right at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 16. And you're 100% right. You have to have the type of energy here in the second half. As Carrillo gets the ball again, he's got space, and he's bowling forward. He's going to get stood up right about the 11-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 12. And he's slow to get up. Carrillo hobbling back to the line. His offensive lineman literally holding him up, saying, dude, thanks. Let's get this going. Carrillo's going to hobble off of the field, and he's going to get subbed out by Max Perry. So Max Perry comes in, and your bell cow here in the second half and running has just hobbled off of the field, probably with the Charlie horse. They're going to put Pace back under. He's in the shotgun with trips out to the left, and he's going to hand off to Conk. Conk's going to bounce it out to the right. He's got room at the 10. Going to get tackled, and here comes flags everywhere. My goodness, 4 flags at once. Conk gets tackled near first down marker. We're going to see what this flag is. Wow. I have never, 4 flags simultaneously came out at the same time, it looked like, and there's a bunch. And we have a injured North Summit player down currently at the moment. Let's get the camera off of him. He's probably just winded. We'll take a quick moment here in the third quarter, brought to you by Rich County Government. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, as we have an injured Brave. That's number 7, Tyler Herzl, able to get back up onto his feet and able to walk off under his own power. That's something that you love to see. Hard football out there. I did not mention that the Rich Rebels were called for a personal foul on that play. And now they've been moved back to the 21-yard line. So second down and probably about 14. Coming up for the Rich Rebels. They've been able to drive this entire length of the field. They're down 3 scores, 21-0 here in the third quarter. Here we go. Trips out to the left again. And we're going to get a foul called on the Rebels as a wide receiver was moving, not set out on the right side. And that should be a dead ball foul. But they let the play run. And they're going to call this back most definitely, as I believe Levi Stonehouse or Riker, Noah Perry might have been out there, wide out to the right on the far side of the field near the 20-yard line. He was not set. He was kind of shuffling, and they're going to move him, and they're going to call probably a false start on the Rebels. Yeah. So we'll get the call from the White Hat. It will be a false start. And 2 back-to-back penalties have really put a damper on this great offensive drive for the Rebels here opening up the third quarter. We have about 7.5 minutes left. So second down and very long. They're located at the 26-yard line. Pace back at quarterback, but Riley Carrillo is back in. Here we go. In the shotgun, trips out to the left. Here we go. Another false start called on the Rebels as Hunter Pace was falling backwards. 3 back-to-back penalties have killed this offensive drive almost for the Rich Rebels. Second down and very long. It's 25, second down and 25 coming up. For the Rebels, they're going to stay in this trips position, and Pace will be in the shotgun. He'll get the pass. He'll 5-step drop. Look, throw across his body into the middle, incomplete. Intended for Riley Carrillo. And Jake Smith, the defender, is upset because he feels as though that he got interfered with. If If Pace is able to get his footing and lob that deeper into the end zone and get it up over the heads of the defenders, he's got a man open. Riley Carrillo's running down the field. So 3rd down and 25 from the 31-yard line come the Rich Rebels. I agree, though, that you have to be throwing this football because the run has not been working out super great. Pace will get it, and he'll drop back. 5-step drop. It's going to be an underneath throw, and he's going to throw incomplete, intended for Riker Conk. Riker Conk, intended receiver at the 30-yard line, located on the left hash. It's going to be incomplete. 4th down coming up. 4th down and 25 from the 31. So offensive penalties on the Rich Rebels have really knocked them out of range. Too far for a field goal. Here's Pace in the shotgun under center. He's going to have room. He's going to try and step up in the pocket and get sacked. Ball is out. Strip sack there, and Riker Conk's able to fall on it. Pace had pressure right up the middle, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Braves will pick up on offense at their own 39-yard line. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter, brought to you by the town of Randolph. So here come the Braves. We'll see if the Rich Rebel defense can key up and stop the run like they did before. Here comes 2 wide receivers out wide to either side. Crittenden under center. Here he goes. He's going to pitch out to the left. That's Mosier. Mosier finds a crease, goes up to the 40, gets stood up and brought down by Trey Walker and company. No gain on the play. A gain of 1. Gain of 1. And the bad thing about the triple option is that they can really control the clock. Here in the clock will continue to tick down. We've got about 6 minutes and 45 seconds left here. Rich Rebels scoreless, 0-21. The Braves are up. Here in the 3rd quarter, they don't rush really. In no hurry to the line. The Braves trips out to the left, really close with 2 running backs behind him. Crittenden will send Hobson in motion out to the wide side of the field. He'll get the pitch out there, and he's going to get wrapped up for a loss of 7. Wow. What a great defensive move by number 4 of Rich. That's Lucas Stonehouse, the freshman. Wow. Lucas Stonehouse, not afraid of contact whatsoever. Able to rush up the field. 3rd down and 16 coming up for the Braves. Spread out, 2 wide receivers to either side. Crittenden gets the snap, looks across, and looks in the middle. He's going to find Hobson. It's going to be almost intercepted by Trey Walker at the 50. In and out of his hands. That will stop the clock at the very least. 5 minutes and 35 seconds now. 4th down coming up for the Braves. And I'll say this. The Rebel defense has really stood strong and is able to really find a way to stop this triple option for the Braves. Now, the key is can the offense for the Rebels get some points and make this a little bit more of a ball game? Here comes punt formation, and off of the foot of Hobson right at his own 20. It's going to take a dive, and it's going to go right to Trey Walker. Trey decides to leave it. It's going to get down at the 25-yard line. So, the Rich Rebels take over on offense at their own 25. If they could give Trey Walker a little bit of space, he's able to probably get some space and move and make up for great punting by Hobson and company on the North Summit side of the ball. Point the camera down. Here we go. Your Rich Rebels on offense. Pace is going to be in shotgun with trips out wide to his right and near the Rich Rebel sideline. Here we go. Pace is going to end around to Carrillo, and it's not going to fool the Braves defense as staying home, that's number 27, Tristan Ovard. Tristan able to stay home and was not fooled by that end around reverse, and now it is a 2nd down and 14 coming up for the Rebels. The spread offense has allowed the Rich Rebels to keep this defense a little bit more humble. Riley Carrillo limps off of the field. He's battling probably cramps or a Charlie horse or something. Pace with trips really close to him on the right. He's going to take it himself. Up the hole he goes. He's bouncing out to the right side. Lowers his shoulder. Not afraid of contact. Picks up 2. Pickup of 2, 3rd down and 12 coming up. So if you're the Braves, you got to play the sticks here. They've got to pick up 12 yards, so just play it safe. No need to be over aggressive here. Looks like they're playing man out on the near side in shotgun. Pace looks out to his right. He's going to throw across the middle. That should be, there we go. We got a flag called from the opposite side line judge. And, you know, it doesn't seem to be normally that you see the line judge calling a call that's way back in the secondary. Here we go. We'll get the official call. Pass interference on the defense, and that's an interesting call because the opposite side line judge had to throw that penalty. That was right in front of the referee in the secondary. He didn't call it, but the opposite side line judge did, so that will move the chains for the Rich Rebels. So, 1st down and 10 from the 37-yard line under center. Pace will pitch it out there. Here we go. New ball carrier in for the Rich Rebels. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to get dropped for 5. That's number 34 for Rich High School. That's Lutz. No. Wyatt Shoop. Apologies. Shoop got spread out wide and didn't have anywhere to go as we are ticking down close to the end of the 3rd quarter. Your Rich Rebels need to get into the end zone. Here we go. Everybody close to the line. 2 wide receivers close. And Trey Walker gets the ball, and it's going to go up and over his head. Not going to get blocking from his offense. He's going to get dropped for a loss of another 5. Maybe 6. So, 3rd down and 20 coming up for the Rebels. They just keep finding ways to move themselves backwards, whether it's penalties or just botched snaps. And it is, quite frankly, I'm sure if you're a Rich Rebel fan, you've got to be frustrated to see this. So 3rd down and 20 from their own 29-yard line. They need to get close to midfield. Here's Pace dropping back, 5-step drop. He's going to throw it way down the field for Walker. It's going to be almost intercepted, dropped by a North Summit Brave right at the 45. It was in and out of his hands. That's Colby Stokes. 4th down. 4th down. 4th down coming up. 4th down and 20 with 2.5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. You know, you might not be seeing what you want in terms of production from the passing game right now, but you've got to throw the ball. You've got to throw the ball. Punting formation as Pace is right located. His cleats at the 15. Here comes flags out onto the play, and then another false start on the Rebels. It's going to be called on Wyatt Shoop here. So that will march him back another 5 yards. So what was once a 1st and 10 from about the Rebel 40 is now 4th down and very long from the Rebel 23. Pace gets the snap, boots it off of his foot right in the middle. It's going to be fielded by North Summit. Ball is out. Ball is out. It's going to be covered by North Summit right at the 50-yard line. You know, every single time, it almost seems like every time the ball is getting put onto the field, the ball is falling out onto the turf. It's coming off of the hands of a North Summit player. The amount of fumbles or live balls that have happened because of North Summit not knowing the situation has been really astounding. So at the 50-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Braves. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Crittenden under center with a tight end to his right and split backs behind him. Gets the snap, hands it off the middle. That's Mosier. Mosier spun down with a gain of 2. Hard running by Mosier. He gets helped up by his offensive lineman. Limping back to the huddle. He took a shot from Riley Carrillo. And your Rich Rebels and these seniors, if they're not able to put together some offensive drives here, are looking, they're about 2 minutes away from their last quarter ever of high school football played. Crittenden, same formation, split backs behind him with the tight end to his right. He's going to get the ball and hand it right off the middle. That's Hobson. Hobson's got space. He's down to the 30, down the sideline. He's going to get caught by Wyatt Shoup. Wow. And we've got a penalty marker by the original line of scrimmage. That's holding. It seemed as though that's what the white hat motioned. And I've got a comment here. There's not a lot of people that are able to catch Hobson from behind. And holy cow, Wyatt Shoup was able to do it. Hobson is on the field now just getting stretched out. And they're marching the Braves back. So we're going to get a holding call on the Braves on a large run. Not something you want to see if you're a Braves fan. And it, you know, as a fan of football, it always seems to happen on the plays that go for big yardage, right? Nonetheless, they're going to get called back. 2nd down and 9 will be called. Wyatt Shoup able to catch Hobson from behind. That is incredible. Does not happen. That does not happen very often. As Hobson, I know, is a speed demon. Here we go. 2nd down and 9 from about midfield. 1.5 minutes left before the end of the third quarter. Timeout called by North Summit. Their first one of the second half. They're going to come up with a play call. Let's go ahead and take a break ourselves. We're part of the third quarter here, brought to you by the town of Randolph. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as online streaming at mylocalradio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you will get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're now 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Braves. Split backs behind Crittenden. Crittenden gets the snap, fakes the pitch out to the right, looks back across his body. It's covered. He's got pressure up the middle. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No, that is a sack by Hayden Weston, a loss of 2. As Crittenden tried to get back as his initial first read in a bubble out to the left was covered well by the Rich Rebel defense. So 3rd down and 11. Coming up. Good play by the Rich Rebel defense. So we have about 55 seconds left in the third quarter. The Braves taking their sweet time. They're up right now. They don't need really to move. Here we go. They stopped the clock. They stopped the clock initially, and now they're rolling it again. 30 seconds separate us from the end of the quarter. Crittenden in shotgun, something we don't see quite often from the Braves. Running back to his right. He's going to roll out to pass. He's going to throw way down the field. He's got a man open. Fielded at the 25. Down to the 10-yard line. He's dragging 3 Rebels with him. Finally brought down to the 10-yard line. Pitch and catch. Good reception there by Riker Johnson, the tight end. Good reception by the tight end, Riker Johnson. And that will tick us off to the end. Tick us off. That will tick off the clock to the end of the third quarter. We're getting ready for the fourth quarter. Your Rich Rebels down 3 scores, 21-0, with the Braves knocking on the door for another one. We'll go ahead and take a step aside. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 The Wildlife, as well as streaming on mylocalradio.com.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. We're now at the start of the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, first down and goal from about the 10-yard line. Here's Hobson, split backs behind him. Oh, that ball is free. The ball has been recovered by the Rich Rebels at the 15-yard line. The pitch out went over the head of the intended running back. Crittenden puts the ball way out in front and over the head, and the Rich Rebels fall on top of it. Well, that's exactly what you're looking for. This fourth quarter brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Beachfront room with a view or a secluded mountain retreat. Buy now and start enjoying Bear Lake. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Here we go. 11 minutes and 53 seconds. Can the Rich Rebels string together 3 scoring drives? We will see. As Pace is under center, wide. Carrillo in motion. They're going to pitch out to Carrillo. Carrillo is going to throw back across the field. He's got a man open. That's Pace. Pace has room at the 40. He's going to cut back across. Down to the 50-yard line. Wow. What a great play. If he's able to hit Pace in stride, that is a touchdown. That is a trick play, a pitch out to Carrillo. Carrillo rolls out to his right and throws across his body and across the field for a 35-yard pickup. Wow. What an impressive play call. That's really gutsy. And, I mean, like, you're in the fourth quarter. I mean, you got nothing to lose. Here come the Rich Rebels at their own 48-yard line. Here they go. Pace is under center. 2 wide receivers out to the right. They're going to go ahead and hand it off there to Carrillo. Carrillo into the pile. He goes right up the middle. He'll gain about 3. Yeah, recapping, a pitch out to Carrillo, and then he rolls out to the right, throws across his body, and finds Hunter Pace for the trick play, 35-yard pickup. So here we go. 10 minutes, 45 seconds left. Walker on the near side. Receiver in I formation. Pace surveys the field. Gets the snap. Reads off of Riker Conk, and the ball is free. The ball has fallen onto the turf, and the Braves have come up with it. Fumbled exchange between Hunter Pace and Riley Carrillo. Oh, Hunter Pace and Riker Conk. And now the Braves fall onto the ball in the backfield, and they're in Rich Rebel territory at the 45. So, a turnover for a turnover. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Here we go. Starting to get a little bit colder out there as the Braves hustle to the line on offense. They're on offense now. Crittenden is under center. Split backs behind him. Gets the pitch, puts it right into Hobson. Hobson gets stuffed in the backfield for a loss of about a yard, maybe a half a yard. Pitch out to the left. So second down and 10, I would dare say, coming up again for the Braves. The Rich Rebels are now doing to the Braves what the Braves had done to the Rebels earlier in the first half, and that is to put everyone and their dog in the box. Sweet, precious seconds being eaten up as the Braves walk to the line. They're at the Rebel 45-yard line. Under center, Crittenden gets a snap, fakes it out to the left. He's going to keep it himself. It gets upended there by Lucas Stonehouse. Pickup of about 2. There we go. 3rd down and 8 coming up. One thing that I want to highlight here. You've seen both Wyatt Shoup and Lucas Stonehouse come out to play in big ways for the Rich Rebels. It's good to see some underclassmen really coming out and doing their part. 3rd down and 8 coming up. 9 minutes left with Rebels down 3 scores, 21-0. Split backs. Crittenden gets the ball. It's going to be a pass. He's rolling out. He steps up in the pocket. He throws. He's got a man open right at the 10-yard line, and it falls incomplete right in the breadbasket. Could not have been in a better position. That's just a drop and something that you really think about. That's an incompletion for Riker Johnson. He had touchdown written all over that one. And dang, you don't want to – you spend hours and hours and – man, he'll be thinking about that one for a minute. That's not something that Riker Johnson does very often. He's a very stable tight end. He's very consistent. And now the clock stops, and it's 4th down and 8. That really could have been the dagger. That would have been the dagger for North Summit. Instead, it falls incomplete. And now 4th down and 8 from the 44-yard line. Here comes a penalty marker, and Crittenden steps up in the pocket. He throws again. He's got a man open. This time it's caught at the 10-yard line. Here we go. Finally, they're brought down. Oh, boy. So we've got flags all over the place. If I'm Nostradamus, I'm thinking that that's going to be an illegal formation initially on the Braves, and then we're going to have a late hit by the Rich Rebels, and it's going to offset each other, and it might be probably a replay of downs on 4th and 8. So Crittenden steps up in the pocket, finds his man. That's number 7, Tyler Herzl. And he fields it and then gets brought down at the 10, and then we're going to have a late hit probably. So we have a little bit of a huddle from our officiating crew to figure this one out. So should the play have been called dead is the question. So false start. So a false start on North Summit, 4th down. Dead ball foul. Okay. So, by rule, if it's a false start, it needs to be called dead. That dead ball foul and a personal foul should not have been called. That a false start is a dead ball foul. It should not have been called. That is hard as a broadcaster to see because so they're going to call a false start penalty, which is supposedly a dead ball foul, but then they let the play run, and then they call a personal foul call at the end of the play, which was supposed to be called dead. And now it's a first down for the Braves at the 34-yard line, first down and 10. Crittenden will get the ball and hand it off immediately to Hobson. Hobson falls forward, spins, rumbles all the way for a 8-yard gain down to the 26. Here we go. 8 minutes now left in the fourth quarter. Seven minutes and 45 seconds left. Here we go. Crittenden under center, split backs behind him. Gets the ball, hands it off immediately to Mosier. Mosier makes one cut back to the right. He's going to go all the way down to the 12-yard line. Into the Rebel defense he goes. Poor Riley Carrillo out there. He is getting beat up bad. He's going to limp off the field. He's working with some type of cramping. He's working with some type of dead leg or something. And the Braves are all the way down to the 13-yard line. Same formation. Crittenden is going to fake it and hand it off up the middle to Hobson, I believe. Hobson gets about 3 yards down to the 10-yard line. That's Buckwheat in on the tackle. Second down and 7 from the 10-yard line coming up for the North Summit Braves. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left separate us from the end of this game. Crimson sends his man Hobson in motion out to the left. Pitches it out there to his man out on the left. He's going to get wrapped up at around the 10-yard line, no gain, after dancing in the backfield a little bit. We're going to have a stoppage of time after the play. We've got a penalty marker here at the 10-yard line near the line of scrimmage. Personal foul. That's going to be a chop block on the Braves. That'll move them back a little bit. So the ball is going to be a 15-yard penalty. Wow. All the way down to the 25-yard line, second down. And second down and 21. We're getting a little bit of a reconvening of each of these teams. Second down, and they're going to roll this clock. It's just under 6 minutes left. 5:45 more likely to be exact. Crimson Crittenden in shotgun with a running back to his right and directly behind him. Gets the snap, rolls out to his right, looks down the field. He's got a man. He's going to throw it up into the end zone. 4 grabs. Incomplete. In between 3 Rebels. It's going to fall incomplete. And now third down and 25 with the clock stopped with 5:30 left. Good coverage there by the Rich Rebels. They were in the vicinity, and it just kind of goes in and out of the hands of Trey Walker near the goal line, located on the right side, closer to the Rich Rebel sideline. Starting to get a little bit colder here in Colville. They're going to flip the formation now, running back out to the left. This is Jake Smith in at quarterback. He's got room. Very fast. Up he goes, down to about the 16. 16-yard line, and a good pickup there by the Braves. And just, it's really, really cool to see a freshman for North Summit be able to, get the snap and not be afraid of anybody. Go out there and lower his head and get some things going. So we're about 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, and it's a 4th down and 14 from about the 17-yard line. They're going to keep Jake Smith, the freshman, in at quarterback. In shotgun, he's got Mosier out to his right. He's going to pitch it out there to Mosier. Mosier's got space. Mosier might get the corner. Mosier dives at the pylon. Touchdown, Braves. Touchdown, North Summit, and that will about wrap it up nicely with a bow. (27) zip in favor of the Braves with 5 minutes left here. That is a 16-yard pitch to Camden Mosier for a touchdown. Here we go. Kick is down and up and good. No. Out to the right. Bad angle from my part. Incomplete. As we get a little bit of jawing at the line of scrimmage. We'll go ahead and take a quick break here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom body work when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left, and as expected, when your high school career is coming to an end as a senior and you're not playing the way that you want to, you get a little bit frustrated. It's getting a little bit chippy out there, and we're hoping that everything will be okay. No one's going to be too crazy. Keep a level head if you are a Rich Rebel fan and a player. Here comes kickoff for the Braves. That ball is way up in the air. It's going to be fielded by Trey Walker at about the 12. He's going to cut back across the middle of the field. He's got a lane into about the 25. Good run by Trey Walker. Had a little bit of room. Here we go. As flags will go flying. And it's getting a little bit chippy here. And something that you really just don't want to see. You don't want to see your temper get the best of you. I don't know who did it, but the flag is located right at the 26-yard line. Yeah. And we've got, when you're very passionate about a sport you love and you know that you're not going to be able to play it anymore, it's getting rough out there. We would hope that everybody would keep a level head. Everyone could just appreciate that football is a sport that you can just love so very, very much. And when you love something very, very much and things aren't going your way, you get frustrated. I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. Here we go. As our official call is an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Rich Rebels. First down. So they'll move him back, and Coach Grohl will come out onto the field. He wants an explanation. And quite frankly, I bet 90% of the people, if you're listening or here in the stadium, you just want this game to end nicely. You just want it to end. Your Rich Rebels down 27-0. And Coach Grohl gives our white hat an earful. And we'll see what the offense can do now. It's about football. It's about football right now. It's unnecessary to string this game out any longer than it needs to. If you're the Rebels, you put up a really good fight. You put up together some really good things. It's just time to play hard. Absolutely play hard, but play between the whistles and play clean. That goes for both teams. And here we go. Here the Rich Rebels on offense. They're going to start off at their own 15-yard line, 1st down and 10 in shotgun. Pace will get the end around, and it'll go back to Pace for a throw way down the field. Up for grabs, incomplete. So it was an initial handoff, and then a handoff again, and then a pitch back to Pace. Pace hucks it down the field about the 40-yard line, and it was up for grabs. 2 Rebels in the area, 2 Braves in the area, and it gets knocked down, incomplete. 4.5 minutes left, and here we go as reset, 2nd down and 10 from about the 15. Pace will throw it into the flat, and that's Max Perry. Good reception. Max spins forward for about a gain of 1. That's a throw out to the left for Max Perry. Good pitch and catch there as 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Rich Rebels. They're going to go in shotgun with splits. Here we go, 2 wide receivers to either side. Pace will get the ball. He has a man out in the flat. He's going to try and get it out to him. It's going to fall incomplete, though, over the head of Max Perry. 4th down and 4 coming up. We're stopped now at 3:45 left in the game. This game all but wrapped up, but the Rich Rebels trying to move the ball, get some things going. I feel that the temperature has dropped a little bit. We have a little bit of a wind, again, coming at the back of the Rebels. Here we go, in shotgun. Splits out there. Pace will throw back a 4th pass in a row. He's got Noah Perry, but that's going to be knocked down, incomplete, and a turnover on downs. And the Braves will pick up at the 22-yard line. This game is pretty much wrapped up now, and if I know Coach Holmes, he's probably just going to hand the ball off right up the middle a couple times, and that will be the end of the game. Here we go. Coming in with about 3.5 minutes left. I believe Crittenden is back in at quarterback. We're getting a timeout. We get a timeout from the Braves, and we'll just take hopefully our last timeout of the game here, as this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Welcome back to Washakie Field here in Colville. North Summit up 27-0 as the final minutes are ticking off. Located at the 20-yard line, and a good tackle there. And flags come in. Our line judge here on the near side threw a flag. Maybe we should put him at quarterback. He threw it pretty far. That was a great lob by our line judge. Put him in. We'll see what the call is. Oh, they're going to wave the flag off. Wave the flag off. I don't, maybe an excessive something. I don't know. The running back got pile driven into the ground. I thought it was, a football tackle, but, 2nd down and 9 from about the 20-yard line. The clock should be continuing to go. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And North Summit smartly is just running down the clock as much as they can. Jake Smith will take it himself and roll forward. Pickup of about 6, down to about the 15-yard line. Third down and 3 coming up at the 15-yard line, located on the right hash. Well, this is time to look back retrospectively at the year for Rich Rebel football. Some really, really good times and a lot of things to look forward to as some underclassmen are coming up that we will see. Stay tuned as the final minutes will tick off. We'll cover the post-game show. Here we go. Jake Smith rolling out to his right. He's fast. He's going to pitch it out there to his buddy. He's going to get whacked right near the line for the first down. First down for the Braves. As a pitch out to the right, number 33, Paxton Smith, the sophomore. Some underclassmen getting some time as we tick off the final minutes here. 1:56 left. First down and goal from about the 10-yard line. They're going to keep in Jake Smith, the freshman quarterback. And nothing to scoff at, as the Rich Rebels had some great plays here in this game. North Summit will move on, and they will be going to Kanab to be playing the Cowboys down there. Kanab and North Summit here. Smith hands off immediately up the middle to his running back. He's going to get stuffed right out there at the line. And I don't think that there's any real reason why you need to be throwing the flag. I think everybody wants to go home. Everybody wants to be done. I think, frankly, as an officiating crew, if you're throwing flags every play, you're just prolonging more time for kids to be upset. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. North Summit has played an amazing game. They came in with a great offensive plan, held the Rich Rebel offense. Their defense played great. Did not allow a score whatsoever of the Rich Rebel offense. The Rebels tried to come in with kind of the same type of offensive scheme that worked for them a couple weeks ago. And I talked with Coach Holmes previously, and he said, listen, our team's been putting in great work. They've been putting in, they've been reading the keys. They've been understanding what they need to do. And we get a knee from the Braves, and that will finally take us to the end of this game. We'll go ahead as the final 45 seconds will tick off here. They just got to get under 35 seconds, and then they take their final snap, and then the teams will rush off onto the field and shake hands. Good luck to the Braves as they take on Kanab. They played a fantastic game today. The Rich Rebels also played well in their own rights. They just found ways to kind of shoot themselves in the foot on a couple offensive possessions. That was really the tall tale of the game. Let's go ahead and stop here. This is the end of our live coverage. Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation an epic one with rentals at Bear Lake from Epic Recreation. Visit epicrecreation.net. Here we go. And we'll take a step aside. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 as well as on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the Epic Recreation postgame show. First up on our postgame show today, let's talk about some postgame diagnostics, sponsored by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Looking at a little bit of the stats here as part of how this game went along. This is going to be a 27-0 victory for North Summit. They ended this game with 248 yards of offense on 49 plays, 5.1 yards a play, and they completed not a lot of passes, only 2 passes, but I'll tell you what, their first pass was a doozy. It was about a 65-yard touchdown pass, and man, they really got it out. Hobson really should be your MVP for North Summit. They did fantastic. North Summit had 144 yards on the ground. Rich had 84 and 24 yards receiving. 12 penalties for 120 yards really kept the Rebels from finding their offensive groove in the second half, and it just kind of caused a lot of things to stall in terms of offensive production. That has been your postgame diagnostics. You're listening to an Epic Recreation postgame show. Up next, we'll pick up our precision play of the game.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, to the final segment here, or one of the final segments of our postgame show. Thank you for joining us on our Epic Recreation postgame show. Right now, let's talk about the precision play of the game, sponsored by Dr. McKay Frankham, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. The precision play of the game will go to Wyatt Shoup. On back-to-back huge defensive stops, he's able to sack Crimson Crittenton in the second quarter twice for a combined loss of 15 yards. He's just shooting up the A-gaps, and he just showed a lot of heart. Great work by Wyatt Shoup, the underclassman. We'll be hearing more about him later on, as he's been a huge addition to this Rich Rebel team. Your Rich Rebels are going to end the season here in Colville. Unfortunately, not where we thought this game would go, but props to North Summit. They had a fantastic play, design, an offensive scheme that worked, and a defense that shut down the Rebels. Can't take anything away from them, as that has been kind of the wrap-up and the precision play of the game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham in Evanston, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today at 307-789-8910. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3, as well as video coverage online at mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own. Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. I'm going to be joining you here as our final segments of the Epic Recreation post-game show. Time to reveal the player of the game. I cannot help but give it to a couple of our senior class football players, and I want to give it to them because of their heart and their grit and their determination to play to the very end. I'm so very proud of each of these boys to come out there and do the best that they possibly can. And that's going to go to Trey Walker. That's going to go to Riley Carrillo. That's going to go to Manny Buckwheat. And we hope the best for them. We'll see some of them in basketball, and they won't be going too far most anywhere as we're getting ready to end the game. We thank you for joining us. We'll do our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap here as well. Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs, where gourmet sandwiches meet fresh and fast every day. 113 Front Street, Evanston. Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh. That's going to be a first play from scrimmage, a 65-yard touchdown reception from Cale Hobson. Back-to-back fumbles on the ensuing offensive drives from both Rich as well as North Summit. Then at the end of the first quarter, 14-0 after the Braves score again. Second quarter, the defense for Rich tries to kind of figure things out. They kind of do. Eli Brooks sacks Crittenden for 5-yard loss. Then Wyatt Shoup with the precision play of the game 2 times puts them down to a third and very, very long 25. Then at the end of the second quarter, Hobson gets a 13-yard touchdown on a scamper and pitch out there. Hobson should be your MVP for North Summit, most definitely. In the third quarter, Riley Carrillo brings a spark on the opening drive for the Rebels, but then back-to-back penalties pushes them back out to a 2nd and 27 from what should have been a 1st and goal. Can't really help that, as penalties can really kill an offensive drive. In the fourth quarter, diving into the playbook, anything that you can. The Rich Rebels try and get some work out there, get going. They have some really cool plays, including a pitch out to Carrillo, where he rolls out to his right and throws across the field and his body to find pace out there for a 35-yard pickup. Your final score, 27-0 in favor of the North Summit Braves. What an amazing experience this year for football. Keep in mind that next weekend I will be covering the Lady Rebels for volleyball state tournament down at UVU. That should be very exciting. This is the end of our football broadcast and the end of our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's in Evanston and Rock Springs. Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh every day. Stay informed. Keep up to date. The school calendar, Rebel calendar update brought to you by Bear Lake. Your Rich Rebels in volleyball is mostly what we will be covering next week in Orem. Until then, we'll take our final timeout. And we'll take our final ad, and then we'll do our outro. And until then, this has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3, as well as on mylocalradio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes. Snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back. Final send-off here, as this has been our coverage of Rich Rebel football on 98.3. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football. This will be the end of the football season. Congratulations to North Summit for moving on, and great thanks to the football program here as well as in Rich. As always, we are so grateful to cover football. It is the greatest sport known to man, and I'm so grateful that I could be your broadcaster. As always, stay safe on your drive back to Randolph if you're listening here and driving back. I love to say how grateful I am in all that this team has accomplished. Coverage of volleyball state championship will happen next weekend. Until then, this is Cody Olson, voice of the Rich Rebels, saying, Go Rebel.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com.